welcome to the stream, everybody. I see that it didn't switch the scene like I just... Oh, it's streaming. There we go. Hello, everybody. Just getting set up still because I had another malfunction. My frickin' mic arm... my mic arm broke again. Dumbest thing I've ever seen. Basically, if I twist the screw to tighten it, it like strips itself and then just breaks. That's the second one that's broke, so I'm gonna bitch and probably get a new one. I got a new one last time. They sent it to me, no questions asked, and now I'm just gonna say this product is not ready for distribution, because if I just tighten a screw to tighten, to make it tight so my microphone doesn't fall down, then it shouldn't strip itself. That's ridiculous. Anyway, sir, little negativity to start the stream. But yeah, today we're going to be working inside my game. We're going to be doing some level blockouts. I just got to actually open the game here. Stand by. Into Unreals. Not liking my microphone placement because it's all off because of that stupid thing. Okay, great. I'll get the chat going here as well so we can all have a nice talk about what's going on and stuff. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to another Taking Grace live stream, but we're not doing systems today. I will put a poll up though. It's Saturday, my dudes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I gotta raise my microphone up a little bit more. Had to use my backup stand. But, well, sorry, my old mic stand, I should say. Used to do podcasting and stuff, so. Damn, that's pretty nice. Probably gonna get my P's though. Right? Anyways. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully having a good Saturday so far. Got my coffee. Got my goods. Oh, I didn't turn that light on. I mean, looks like it doesn't need to be turned on, actually. The green screen looks pretty good. Cool. All right. Little bit of good stuff. Oops, I don't want my chat there. I want my chat there so I can read your guys' messages. Good morning and sorry I'm so late lately. Oh, it's all good, Mark. Good morning, fellas. Happy Saturday. Sorry I'll miss this one, but I'll have to replace my 4x4 gears on my pickup this morning. Have a good one. All right. Tommy, thanks for joining anyway. Thanks for the chime in. We're going to open. I'll show you guys what I've done so far. Here's my game. Ready? Splash screen. Ugh. Or not. Okay, there we go. Splash screen. So, that's the game that Azura and I are working on. Azura was ripping up Unreal last night as well. So, yeah, we, a lot of stuff I get bored pretty easily doing the same thing, which is kind of why today's stream is this instead of systems, because, I've even seen in the Discord, everybody's saying that they're a little burnt out of doing something, blueprints or whatever the case is. Yeah, I get burnt out pretty easily too, right? So, perfect. I got top chat on. Maybe I should change to live. But I am live, right? Yeah. Damn, you changed scenes. I'm assuming I'm live. It says I'm live. But yeah, let me know what you guys are up to this Saturday while we work on this guy. I was fooling around with the Ultimate Dynamic Sky and Weather yesterday, and it looks really good, to be honest. I'll get rid of this fab. And I'll get rid of that. There we go. Okay, where am I? I'm in my scene. There we go. All right. So, yeah, so I got 2 areas blocked out. Basically, what I'm doing here is each one of these is going to represent the 4 elements. Do you use gameplay message subsystem in your game? I have not implemented it yet, but I will be using it, yes. But yeah, so yeah, each one of these 4 quadrants is representing the 4 elements. This will be fire, this will be earth, water, and air. So, I just finished this yesterday. It's kind of like a pretty blockout in a sense, because I already have some of the assets I'm going to be using. Like, and I made this bridge, for example, like out of the assets I already have. So, but buildings and stuff I still got to do. So I just threw those with the Blockout tool plugin to make it look good. And this should have a material on it, but it doesn't now, because that's a little lame. Okay, well, let me get that. Shit, I forgot to disable aura. It's been super annoying to me. It just like pops up when it feels like it, and all that. Shared, just grabbing the resources here. not stone. It's like castle. I got a content browser on the other screen just because it's easier. Castle brick. And make sure that it's everything. Copy. I don't remember where the hell it is. Yeah, it's in castle. It's in materials. It's in buildings. Here it is. Castle pavement, and I like this one here. There we go. And then I gotta fix the UVs again. Oh, no, they look pretty good, I think. No, maybe I gotta fix them again. Who knows? Oh, I do. Okay. So yeah, I've been fooling around with the geometry boxes as well. Those have been pretty nice. I actually didn't know this was here anymore because I like all this stuff because this was in Unreal 4 back in the day. But yeah, this didn't know this was still here, so that's great. You can tell I haven't done level stuff in a long time. If I'm talking about Unreal Engine 4, we're almost on 6 now. All right, so I've said it before and I'll say it again. Ultra dynamic weather system is the best asset I've ever taken a risk on. Yeah, it was 70 Canadian, and yeah, I bought it last night. Literally the best thing I've ever seen. Like the documentation is like literally unparalleled to anything I've ever seen on Fab. So yeah, it's great. Anyways, and then this is still in beta, but I'm really liking the water plugin. It just makes water so much better to use, honestly. These are static meshes, but everything else here is from the water system. I don't have a mesh to put underneath the water for like the riverbed and stuff yet, so there's that. I was fooling around with PCG last night too. These are kind of garbo. I might just stick to, yeah, you can see, like, I even have a sample normalizer or whatever the hell on where it's supposed to check the height of the landscape and then snap all this to the landscape, and it didn't work. So yeah, I'm just gonna not deal with that. And I also don't like a couple of other things about the PCG mode. Like, number one is that is one whole giant ass asset, and I can't, like, if I was doing this with trees last night and there was a tree like on a path or in the water, I couldn't just select that tree and move it. Right, so that was dumb. And yeah, I don't know, they're just, it would, to me, would be easier to just paint the meshes in, like, with in landscape mode, or sorry, in foliage mode, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of these because I hate them. I hate other places. I hate everything about them. So and same with these, might as well. Oh, and then randomly, here, I'll find one. Randomly it put in, oh, it didn't put it in, it must have taken them out with a restart, but it had like the gizmo, like if I, like that gizmo right there, the move one, there was some of those included in the PCG. I was like, what the hell? Like, there was nothing in there showing that mesh. It was really odd. So anyways, oops, did I delete? Ooh, shit. I didn't think that was a part of it. Interesting. Are these like grouped? Interesting. So this is connected to this. That's really stupid. That's fine. I'm gonna delete it because I need to fix it anyway. So I'll drag a new one in here. Geometry box. Oh, I gotta drag it in. Box, and then I had it at. I'm gonna do 93 by 93 by 1,000. Whoops. Okay, because there's a couple things I didn't like about the placement of the other one. And shit, now I gotta do all the materials for that again, god damn it. This one was a nicer brick. I think it was this one here. And then I gotta do the same thing. Click and do this. Apply. Cool. Let's go to perspective now. Yeah, like I said, this is kind of like a pretty blockout in a sense. So I gotta fix this the railings now and stuff. Lame. Well, actually, first, before I do that, in here, Mark, I'm not fucking leaving. We don't want you to leave, Mark, so thanks for the dono. Appreciate it. And I gotta there we go. Get to all the stuff. Azura, you kids and your Resident Evil, yeah. Azura stars, you will bend to my whims. Negative. That'd be me. I've said it before, say it again. Yeah, sorry. Don't show Leon Kennedy this castle. Yeah, right. He'll find a rocket launcher whether one exists or not. What do you think about Unreal Engine C++ Slate? Is it hard to learn? Sorry, what do you mean by Slate? C++, if you have no programming experience, sure, it'd be a little tough, but what was I gonna say? But yeah, C++, if you are been in Unreal for a little bit and you like know the framework and stuff, it's not too bad as far as I'm aware. I still have to actually learn it, so I can't really chime in too much about it. I think that's acceptable. I have to fix a collision on a bunch of stuff still as well, but yeah, I think that's acceptable because that's gonna have some stonage on it. What about the other ones? Just check all the corners. Love it. Okay, and then skip that. What about in here? Love it. So yeah, it'll be 93. Ew, that's the only one that's kind of garbo. So if this can get moved, well, if it gets moved a little bit more, then it's not going to work very well. So I'm going to change this box size to, there it is, 92 by 100 by 9200. And then let's go top view. Let's check her out. For some reason, this isn't exactly lined up. You know what? Actually, Azura found a giant effing gap last night right here. Yeah, I gotta move that guy first before I start setting all these. And interesting that that's... Oh, yeah, I grouped it. So... Yeah, buddy, look at that gap. Holy crap. So I'll select that, and I got that selected. Everything's all good. It's all grouped. Sweet. I'll do local. God, even local is all messed up. Can you change... I'm going to hold Alt. Can I change the pivot points rotation? No, I can't. That's lame. That's super lame. Okay. That's pretty good. I probably brought it like just a hair too far. Whoops. Should be doing this in the other view there. That looks good. I just got to make sure the door's all lined up. Yeah, looks pretty good. Cool. Alrighty. So that's fixed. I'll better check the other ones because, yeah, she was exploring the world last night and she's like, she came across that giant gap. I was like, yikes, I didn't think it was that bad. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. Yeah, so the ultradynamic weather I was using yesterday, so you can set certain regions to have certain weather. You can have random weather, all that kind of stuff. I'm specifically really impressed with the sky as well. I mean, I'm abandoning my day-night system. This one's significantly better. But yeah, this one you can have planets and stuff as well. So we added there's our moon, our giant moon, and then one of the planets we had is up here somewhere. Or not. Where'd it go? Oh, there it was. There it is. Cool. So yeah, the sky looks really good. You can have it, you can do auroras. Where is it? Sky mode, volumetric aurora. Like, this is badass. Highly recommend this system. So, this is ultradynamic sky. Yes, it is. So, I was a little worried about, because obviously you see the stylistic look of the game. You know, I was a little worried that it would look slightly too realistic, but even on volumetric clouds with some cloud coverage, like, it doesn't look that out of place, right? So, but I probably wouldn't do volumetric. I'd probably do 2D dynamic, to be honest. It just looks, I don't know, not so in your face, in a sense. All right, anyways, back to this. So this, I think did I line this up? No, I didn't. I was moving that thing. Okay, and if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, obviously just let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. This isn't exactly perfect either, so what I'm going to do... I'm going to go back to perspective. Actually, sorry, I want to go back to top and go to wireframe because maybe I'll be able to see. Yes, okay, perfect. So I'm going to hide this. Shit, that'll hide the whole thing. I need to see the bottom specifically, but... Let's... I want you. There you go. Okay, and I'm just going to line this up kind of with the stairs kind of here-ish. And then I'm going to move the pivot points for... Yeah, for this guy over to the corner. And then I'm going to change the scale. I see. So yeah, this isn't perfectly lined up, which I thought it was. I mean, oh well, like, I'll have to just maybe, whoops, skinny it up. I'm just going to go back to the center. Skinny it up this way. God damn it. Once again, I got to move the pivot point. That one was the problem child as well. So I'll skinny it up this way, just the hair. Oh, you can... the goddamn pivot point. I wish it would just stay there until you're freaking done. Anyways. Okay, we'll go back here. Let's check them all out. Let's scroll on back. What do we got? That's acceptable, I think. We'll see how the others look. Ooh, that is possibly not acceptable. Oh, I was like, what is this giant thing? It's the lettering for the thing. Yeah, that's fine. We can put some decorative stuff or whatever there. That's less fine. God damn it. This is super frustrating. You know what? Let's make it 91 all around. That might work. Or just 9,000. Let's just fucking nip it in the... Whatever. I had it at 10,000 originally. Perspective top. There we go. Okay, let's see. So we got... Yeah, like, because I want it underneath each staircase, essentially. And, yeah, this one's not quite doing that. So let's skinny it up this way. Or is that... Oh, right. I forgot. Okay, we'll undo that. Okay, now we'll move this over. Is this going to get me what I want? Probably. Just that one corner. Select my goddamn brush for goddamn sake. There we go. We almost got to skew this box. Because this is not lined up at all, which is annoying to me. Honestly. Because all of these are the same length, and they're all, like, lined up, unless I misalign something somewhere. Yeah, let me try to fix that, because that's a pretty massive oversight here. So yeah, this one, specifically, needs to go somewhere else. I can move this over because I can see that the door is a bit... I probably didn't line them up right because the fucking world axis is all fucked. And then same with the local. Like, I don't understand why when I choose local it's not like it's not, you know what I mean? Like along the frickin' thing. That doesn't make any sense to me. So maybe in modeling mode I can fix that. X form, edit pivots. Except maybe it'll be good now. Where would I look to find Carmen Sandiego? The internet, I believe. Okay. I've hit accept. I think... Okay, I was going to say, I think Unreal's having an Unreal moment here. But, anyways... So, yeah, I'll fix all these, and then... Does it have to do every single pivot individually? Holy crap, I didn't realize that. Okay, well, we'll wait for this to happen, and then... Okay, we're all done here. Yikes, what the frick happened here? What the frick happened here? I just moved the pivot, I didn't do anything else. Unless that fucked up the spline. It must have. I'm just going to undo that. 1 second. Oh, yay. I looked away 2 seconds to talk to my kid, and then my thing crashed. Yay. So I just eliminated everything I did. That's fine. Because, yeah, that doesn't make any sense why I can't edit the pivot points without it doing that. Yeah, womp womp. Yeah, exactly. I think this is only revision control anyway, but whatever. I find Unreal likes to crash specifically when you change stuff and it has to do a bunch of work. That's when I find Unreal Engine crashes for me the most. Specifically animation. It just cannot ever do anything right with animation because you're constantly deleting stuff and reorganizing stuff and changing stuff in an animation graph and stuff. But yeah, basically, I don't know what the hell's going on there. Royce Media says, how did you set up the custom thumbnail for loading the project? Sorry, if it's a noob question. No, not a noob question at all. Okay, I need to get out of my... Literally exactly where I started. Oh, no, it saved some stuff. Cool. You come up to... project settings, and you go to project thumbnail right there. This is a 92 by 92, so that'll change the thumbnail when you're like in this menu up here, like looking to load, like open stuff, like go to my projects, right? So there's that. And then the other one I believe is in, is it maps and modes or is it something else? No, it's in packaging. That's what I believe it is. No, it's not. Where the hell is it? Packaging. Description. I swear it was right here. It was like splash screen settings. Just go to all setting and type splash. There it is. Editor splash, game splash. Right? So the editor splash will just be the, obviously, you know, this usual one, right? That comes up. Game splash, obviously, if like when you launch a game in a standalone game or whatever, it's going to have this splash come up. Right? So, anyways, yeah, that's how you change that, if you guys didn't know. Okay, so back to this. I need to make this all work. I was got to line this all up. That's what it was. So I almost need... I know what I need. I know what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to add an arrow. Yeah, I'm going to add an arrow. Basic shapes. Arrow. I don't know what... Oh, okay, I can't add just an arrow to the scene. That's sad. Okay, we'll add a basic shape then, which will be a cylinder instead. I'm just going to make this super thinnish. Whoops. Wrong one. This one. And then I'm going to, yeah, rotate it here. 45 degree it right here. Make it super long. Something like that. Okay, sweet. And then go to top view. And I'm going to move this so that it's exactly... Oh, okay, screw you then. Come on. There, come on. My tiny cylinder, select it. There we go. Okay, anyways. Go to wireframe so I can see my backs, which I can't. I'm going to hide this for now. Or did I... Oh, I pushed G. Whoops. Everything's hiding that I don't want to hide. Select the feckin' thing I want. What's that? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the floor. That's fine. I can stay there. So now that I have this selected, I'm going to move this to be the exact corner of this guy right here. And then I got to line it up so that it's perspective. Like basically lined up with this door as well. So that case, go back to top. Yeah, this is like basically a workaround. So I'll stick the pivot point right there so I can rotate it so it's in the right spot. Turn off snapping. I believe that's the middle of the door right there. Let's get another view going on here. We'll do unlit perspective. And where was I? I was over here. Did I dupe it? I duped it. Hilarious. There it goes. Okay, so looks super not lined up, hey? Actually, you know what I should be doing instead of the corner of that thing is I should be doing from the corner of this, but these are all like not lined up. Really odd. No, we'll do from the corner of that. That's fine. Is this? That is center, right? Okay, so I'm gonna use that as a guide basically, and I'll unhide all the stuff, and then I will now move this so that it's lined up with that thing there. So let's start with this. Do I have 2 there? Huh. Well, yeah, delete you. How many are there? Huh. I didn't realize I had like multiples on top of each other. Well, that's good to know there. Okay, so now I'm gonna move in on this top view, and then I'm gonna use this view to help actually move the thing. So let's move this to place. Move it over a little bit. I think that door is right in the middle. This is so hard that it's not like perfectly on an axis. And that moving the pivot point permanently is suicide, apparently. Okay. How's that look? Jesus. That is a huge ass gap. Oh my god, this is so frustrating. Like, why can't on a local transform, like, why can't this just be, you know, the frickin' direction of the whole thing? Like, you know what I mean? This is so frustrating. Select my tiny cylinder. Oh my god. You guys are good. Royce Medius is nice. Never knew that. Thanks. What will Mandala be about? Mandala is a RPG based off of basically Avatar: Last Airbender meets Zelda, essentially. So that's what it's going to be. It's I don't want to get too much into it. We haven't like completely fleshed out the story. Plus, we're being a little careful on what we share online about it, but. Yeah, basically it's going to be an RPG that's, yeah, just like kind of the old school Zeldas. It'll have like a linear story. There'll be like, it won't be exactly like Zelda. It's going to have like quests and stuff like that as well. But yeah, it's an action RPG. You're going to basically use the 4 elements to fight, create combos, all that other kind of stuff. So it's going to be super cool. We have copyrighted our idea. If you guys haven't done that with your games, I would highly suggest looking into that. I think it only cost us $300, but you know, you have peace of mind that it's like if someone copies your idea, you have the legal paperwork in place to be able to say, no, I did it first, right? So, okay, back to this BS. Okay, let's line it up like this, and then like shimmy it like it's okay. Well, whatever. That looks super wrong. I'm just, again, super frustrated that this is... can I snap to normals? Like in... What's it called? In Blender? I don't know if you can. Oh, you can. Surface. Rotate. Yes. Yes. Snap to normals, buddy. Okay. And right there, it looks the most correct. Okay. I don't know how you actually snap to the surface. Rotate to surface normal. Toggles whether object snaps to surfaces when you drag them. Uses the submenu to set up. Oh, surface offset, like 0.01. Okay, that looks okay. And then what about back here? The door is like right almost in the middle. This is the more critical part. But anyways, whatever. That'll be fine. We're inside that. That looks fine. That's acceptable. Cool. What about over here? That's acceptable. That's fine. Get rid of that. That's fine. Yeah, this is looking good. So we'll have to redo our... Oh, that does not look good. So what's wrong with this one? Let's have a look. I see. That is what's wrong with that one. So we will move that a bit closer to the actual... What in the frick happened there? I move the actor and it just deletes meshes? What in the... Oh, I see. That's what copy that. We should turn that off. So that's what's happening, is snapping to the nearest thing, which we don't want right now for this. Come on. I cannot believe how incredibly frustrating this is that it doesn't work. Come on. Oh, okay, it's only on one axis. Okay, that lines up the door. What about that, or there? What about down here? That's acceptable to me. And then down here, there, that's better. Okay, let's roll with that. And then now I gotta fix all my railings and stuff, because they're all wrong now. So yeah, for the railings, I've just been using splines, and same with the castle walls. I just use a spline because why would I do more work for myself? Corner piece, that one, and then there is one more right there. All right, now let's go to top view over here, and let's move it so it lines up. Okay, textures I don't care about, to be honest. I will move this spline, though. I believe that's what the issue is over here, so I'll move this up here. And then this spline point right there, I want to move that up. And probably move this over a little bit. Just like that. Cool. There's that. And then let's see how the rest of these look. This looks a little wonk, to be honest. So we'll move this spline points, if I can find it. There it is. Move that up just a bit so it doesn't look as wonk as the rest, because it looked a little crooked, hey? Yep. That's fine. That was fine. Yes, this will have to move, obviously, here somewhere. Where's the spline points? Right there. Can never see it on the actual, what's it called? On the actual overhead. But, okay, so how's that look? Looks good on the overhead. How does it look in real life? Play from here. Off topic, but I seriously suggest people use Blueprint Function Library for the AI perception handling. It's so much nicer and neater. Nice. I'll have to check that out when I actually do my AI stuff, because, yeah, I haven't done that yet. So we got some really cool enemies. I don't know if Azura's watching or not. If she is, request permission to show a couple of our concept art, because it's our game, so I don't want to be making executive decisions on it. Oh, I see I have to snap this down, so that's good to know. Do I have to do that with the other one too? The other one looks good. So we'll just, whoa, it's actually going through this. So a couple things I'll fix here. So first I'll select this, and I will grab the spline points, and I'll move that back. Oh, I see. Whoa. Okay, well, yeah, because this spline point doesn't... Yeah, see, the spline point just adds meshes. It doesn't stretch them, which I actually like specifically. So what I could do is I can, while moving it over looks a little weird, to be honest. I can add another little mezzanine, I suppose. Or do I have halves? I might have half railings. Let's see. Meshes, buildings. it would be under stairs, maybe. No, I can bring this over so you guys can see what I'm working with here, if you want. Yeah, I'll move this over here. Okay, so no, not in there. So probably in not floors. Keep. Yeah. I'll add another mezzanine here. Can I do? Yeah, I'll do 2 of these. That's what I'll do. Okay, so first of all, like line it up. So right there-ish. Turn snapping back on. Is that all lined up? There? Okay, there we go. Right there. Perfect. Okay, then I'll deeply duplicate this. I don't have snapping rotation on, which bothers me. There we go. Great. Well, that fricks that up now. So that's not gonna work then. What else I got? That's kind of it. Yeah, here's the railing. Yeah, so it looks like I only have the one size of railing. So I'll add that back in. Where's the spline point? Right here. So I'll add that back in. I'll move this over, and maybe I'll just hide that. You can still kind of see it, though. I don't want it to come over too much so it looks a little jank. You know what I mean? Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Here, let's have a look. Do you find splines more easier to work with compared to pre-assembling bigger sections in Maya Blender? Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. 100%, brother. I'll show you how great this one spline is. Some of the splines require some additional coating to it to make it actually look and work well. Yeah, and then the other thing I do is this, right? Yeah, I just snap this down to the whole actor, ideally. But it's going to do probably just that, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Let me hide this, because I just don't want to look at it. Oh, I did the whole actor. Good. Good. Yeah, so here, I'll show you, like, this freaking awesome spline. So, this came with this pack, though. Like, this is a paid pack, obviously, so, but, in this Dreamscape series, I will type in this castle wall spline. Watch this. So you drag this in, and, so now I'm going to come over to the details panel, and, this is why I like Content Browser on the other screen, to be honest, but... yeah, come over to the details panel. So now I have the option to put a bottom mesh, mid mesh, top mesh. So if I want to select some castle walls, which I'll do over here on this screen. Let's see, castle, right there. Meshes, buildings, modules, walls. Okay, so here's a bottom wall. So put that in there. That's a bottom mesh. Then we got a wall half mid mesh. So put the mid mesh in there, and then wall half top mesh. So I'll put that in there now. So now when I drag this second spline point out now, it's going to start creating all those wall segments. However, they're stacked right now because I have to do some offsets right in here. So we'll do here vertical tile amount. So I can do 1 and vertical offset. Now I just set the offset to be whatever it is for the whatever mesh you're using. So that looks pretty good. And then the top mesh, right? Vertical offset for the top mesh. Right there. Done. So, you know, there's my meshes. And now I can be like, oh, if I want this to be like a gargantuan tower, let's do 5 things tall, right? Obviously, the offset is not perfect. So let's fix that. Offset. 450, I think is what it was. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, there. It's just stacking mids. And like, how much work would that be to do it, you know, by hand? And then... right? There's my mesh, right? Done. And then towers, same thing. Kind of. I don't use a spline. I basically just pick the bottom, and then I will. I'll just do one quick over here just to show you. So here's a tower. Here, turret tower right here. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Nice. Anyways, so there's a turret tower. If I want to build on that, I will basically make a copy of it, and or I will find the turret here. One sec. Bottom mid turret, no interior. Here you go. So, you know, if I drag this out here, I can click on this, copy its transform, click on this, paste transform, and then it's going to paste it exactly where it is if it's a different piece, right? So then I'm going to drag that over top. There it is, right? So like that's how I do towers, and I just keep building that and then checking all the gaps, make sure they're all good. I would do it probably in the 4-pack mode where you have like all the different ones just to make sure everything's lined up. Another thing I recommend doing, by the way, is I've created a shortcut which you can do in editor preferences. And you're going to go down to keyboard shortcuts, type in this one, hide selection. Is it hide selection? No. Oh, sorry, it's only show right here. Only show selected. I have that as the number / key, which is what it is in Blender. This isn't set by default, by the way, so you got to come in and do this, right? So then it's just like I want to make sure these are lined up. I just select these two things, hit that / key. It's going to only show that. Best to do this in unlit, obviously. And then this is top view. So this will be probably wireframe, I would imagine. Whoops, right here. Right, or even that. So now you can just check and make sure that it's like lined up. This is probably better to do not perspective on rights or something like that. There we go. Go to wireframe. There we go. So yeah, now we can just double check, make sure this is all lined up, which looks like it is now. Perfect. Once it's lined up, you just hit Control H, brings everything else back. You can go back to perspective. And there, so now it's all lined up. So yeah, that's kind of my workflow, how I do some stuff. Splines are great. That's just one spline. There's a bunch of different ones that have different tools in them. For example, this railing I could just do this one here right now to show you guys. Top wireframe, that's fine. I will select buildings, modules, keep. Railing end piece. So I'll find an endpoint for this. And then I'm also going to kind of plan out where the stairs are going to go, right? So I might do a different set of stairs, so I'm not exactly sure, but, you know, I can fix it afterwards. But anyways, now I'm going to go and find that Castle Dreamscape. This one's a simple one. Castle Wall Simple Spline Bake. So you can bake in your splines, right? So especially if they're stationary. So make this 90 degrees. Move it over here. Right, then I'm going to go over to my spline here, and right here, baked out meshes. We're going to go to placed mesh, add one, and then we're going to select my meshes, buildings, keep. Almost need like 2 different content drawers open, to be honest. But anyways, put this railing in there. And there it is, right? So now I need to create another spline point, so I can just hold Alt to drag, I believe. Oh, no, sorry, I'm thinking of a different spline tool. Where is that spline? It should be a white bar right there. It's just so hard to see sometimes. Anyways, so that's all lined up. Now I'm just going to drag the second spline point out, and it's going to just add stuff. And you can see that there's a bit of a gap here, so that can be fixed with the offset. Right here, mesh offset. I'm just going to hit 0 because that lines it up perfectly. Some meshes you want to offset a little bit, right? Azura says, it's convenient, but still find splines frustrating. I'm so used to mentally doing things. I like making things harder for myself, I guess. Right, yeah. I mean, I was the same way before, to be honest. Like, I'm just like, I do it this way because it works for me. But, you know, yeah, I've kind of been trying to go outside my elements a little bit just to kind of learn new things. And I've been finding my workflow has been a lot easier with some of the tools available. So yeah, there you go. So I'm done my thing. Like, it took me no time at all. Like, to do that all manually. If I did it manually, I mean, what I would do if you guys are stubborn, you know, drag out the mesh, right? And then I would go to top view, and I'd measure it, right? So this is 500 units long. So you just hold middle click, click and drag, and it'll tell you how long it is. So that's 500 units long. Then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to set my thing to 500 units. And now I'm going to select this railing. And I'm going to hold Alt and move it, and it's going to be perfect because it's moving it over exactly the amount of units you want, right? So do this, do that. So that's one way. But the problem with this is if you need to make a small change, now you have to move all the meshes, which is why I like splines. It's like, oh, I need to move this a little bit more, so now you can just click the spline and drag it out and add more meshes or move them back or whatever the case is, right? So that's why I like using splines. But yeah, you can do it this way if you want, especially if it's for like only a couple, like 4 or 6 or something like that, not like an entire 9,000 thing, right? So anyways, Azura, since you're in the chat now, can I show them some concept art of some enemies, or would you rather not? And you can be the bad guy, it's okay. I don't want to send out too many things. So anyways, Square Peg, welcome to the stream. N key snaps meshes below based on collision, I believe. Yes, it does. Sometimes it doesn't work. I was on Azura's machine last night and it wasn't working for some reason, even though her map had a title on it, so that was really weird. But yes, you can do that. Okay, let's get started. So I'll throw this poll up now. Start with a poll. So which area do you guys want to see? I'm going to do the air area or the earth, or pardon me, the water area. So I'll start that poll. You guys can tell me which one you guys want me to do. In the meantime, I will put some materials on these. So I'll select all sides. You guys are all going to be the same. Oh, am I? Oh, yeah. Are they all selected? No, they're not. Oh, you gotta click, shift, control click to select them all. That's silly. Okay, and then I'll go to. I am gonna open another content browser because it's just yeah. Switching back and forth has been really frustrating. Anyways, contents, Dreamscape series, and what did I say I was doing? The materials. So, castle, materials, buildings. Brick. Where's the brickwork? Castle pavement, castle slabs, castle walls. So put castle walls on all these. Castle walls. Castle walls. All right. Okay, what's the consensus here? So far just water people are voting on. The water area is going to have a pretty cool little courtyard with some, you know, water fountains and stuff like that. So there we go. That looks nice. Okay, cool. Let me fix this railing here too while you guys are finishing the vote. So here's one opportunity where I might have to... Oh, no, that should be fine. Does that stick into this or at all? No. So that's fine. Just going to move it over. This, I got to move over these and that. Should be one more. Yeah, right here. Perfect. Okay, so we'll move all that over. Oh, yeah, we have it at 500. We should change that back to like 5. Where's the box? Oh, is that it? Am I on it? No, that's not it. Where the hell's the box? I don't see the box on this overhead. Okay, I'll go to lit mode then, or unlit. There we go, now I can see it. There we go, right there. Everything line up. Not this. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that should be right. Okay, so I'll just fix that then. This staircase, I'll just move over so it matches up. Perfect. And then this spline's just doing its own thing, so I'll have to fix that, obviously. So yeah, there's another good reason to use splines. Oh, I need to move this over a little bit. Done, right? Moved all the meshes in one go. So there. Okay, that's all set up. Always test out your stairs. Make sure they work. Obviously. So this staircase I had to kind of custom make because only this stair and this stair were the mesh, right? So I had to add all these extra bits, the railings, all that kind of stuff, but it looks like it all works fine, so that's great. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, it looks like there was 4 votes, all of them say water. Great, we're going to end the poll. We're going to do the water area. Sounds great. So, let's see. Royce, sorry, I missed your comments. Do you find splines easy to work with? Yeah, you already asked me that. I haven't really done much with splines. I tested a bit of PCG splines when I was initially released. I'm a Houdini guy, so normally I did my procedural tools there and brought them in. Nice, yeah. To be honest, I am not a fan of the PCG stuff. I've been fooling around with it a lot. There's a lot of stuff that does not make any sense to me with that PCG stuff. number one, like if I was like, oh, I want flowers throughout this entire thing, and I draw a spline and cover this whole thing with flowers, that's one mesh, right? So if you're in this area, it's loading the flowers over here. Like that's freaking broken, right? So I tested that out with the freeze render tool. And then, by the way, if you guys don't know about world partitioning, I'm using world partitioning right now. If you have a landscape, it should be already partitioned. However, if you don't, if you want to do that, you go to, is it build? Build build landscape, I believe is what it is. So if you're just a regular level and you want to convert it to a partition, you build, I think it's build landscape, or no, it's build, partition or convert level. That's what I'm looking for. So it'll be under one of these. There it is, convert level. So you'll convert level to a world partition. Then you'll be able to come over to the world partition and under window, under world partition editor. I'll bring mine over, right? So right now this is the region that's loaded. I can unload this. It's going to unload all my stuff. This stuff is probably not set to, yeah, because there's a couple things you need to do. So let me put this over. Number one, down here under not rendering, what is it called here? Streaming? Yeah, this should be enabled, is spatially loaded. That means it'll unload it when it's not being seen. I guarantee you if I switch levels and come back, that this won't be loaded. I think this is just kind of a remnants of stuff in memory. So this is also a good thing. If it's still loaded, that means it's being referenced somewhere. So I think this is being referenced by the group actor, but the other one's disappeared, so that doesn't make sense. Interesting. What's this over here? Okay. Oh, and then what's this over here? That's super weird. These specifically didn't unload. The geometry things didn't unload, which is interesting to me. Collisions, convert actor, once selected in okay, so it might be in the persistent level. Once selected in persistent level. Interesting. Anyways, so we go back to streaming. World partition. Runtime grid, you can actually assign this to a specific grid in your partition. So over here, where's that selected thing? I'll just literally hover over it so I'm in the right spot here. Okay, so this grid is 1, 1, right? So you can take this piece of geometry here. If I wish I could just select the whole effing thing, not just one single brush, right? But anyways, so yeah, we go there, and then we go to the details, and we go to streaming, and then we can tell it the grid is -1, -1. That's the grid it's a part of. Okay, so then it should load only when that's partition is being loaded. But yeah, for some reason all these are still here. So that's odd. However, I wouldn't want my castle to be completely unloaded. I would want to use HLODs up here. That will just basically convert it to a an LOD. So, you know, if I'm way the hell over here in this other square that's loaded, I can look over and I can still see my castle. It's just low poly, and it's not going to load pretty much anything in here. Like this all had houses and all that other kind of stuff on it before. It's not going to load any of that because we wouldn't see it, but we'd see all the castle walls, right? So that's something I need to set up still. But anyways, so if I want to work, let's say over here where I did all the other tutorials, I want to load this. I'm just going to select it, load region from selection. It's going to load it. There's all my stuff over there now, right? There were some trees here. Don't know. Oh, I think I deleted them all because they were pissing me off. That was done with PCG. So yeah, they were like, it loaded basically trees in like this whole giant ass region, and it's taking up multiple squares, right? So like there was trees over here. That's like 3 squares, and it was loading the whole thing, right? So I was like, that's dumb. I'm not using PCG if that's going to be the case. So anyway, so I'm going to unload this. There goes all my stuff. I'm just going to reload all my castle stuff here. Load region from selection. Hey, everyone. I had to go to the ATM. I had to go to the ATM and miss the first hour. Oh, yeah, no worries. It's convenient. Oh, yes. Azura must have stepped away because I asked her about the concept art. But anyways. Okay, yeah, so I'll get rid of that. I don't need that right now. But yeah, so this is all loaded again. All this is fixed, and we're going to start working on the water area. Okay, so let me load my friggin' map thing here. Where did I put it? I think I put it in here. So this was my shitty drawing that I'm like, here's what we're doing. I can't draw, okay? Not my forte. So I'm like, you know, this is just a rough sketch of what I wanted to do. So I've changed it up a little bit because I gave it to Gemini just to say, hey, just draw me something, a concept like this. So this is what it gave me. This is not going to be the exact thing that I'm doing, but this gave me some ideas. This gave me the idea for these here, right? Because I'm like, this makes sense to me because logistically, how does a castle on the inner side of a wall get its supplies? Does it push it through all past all the commoners? And no, they have a fucking secret backdoor entrance, right? So that's pretty cool. I also thought of some really cool gameplay elements regarding that as well, because in my game, there's going to be a lot of division between these 4 factions, and your role as the player is to kind of unify the kingdom. So what I was thinking is it's going to be pretty hard to get in, right? All these gates are going to be closed. All the areas are going to be closed off. And you're going to meet somebody in there that's going to help you get into the castle, somebody with some royal lineage, right? So in that regard, hey, we're going to sneak in through here. Okay, so yeah, be really quiet. We got to sneak past all the guards, right? Okay, we're going to go up here, and we're going to sneak in here, go all the way down, sneak up, go out this door. Oh my god, look, right? So yeah, there you come out of here, and then it's just like you see the castle, and you're like, oh my god, like there's going to be a huge castle here, right? So and then here's the first town that or the first area that you're going to get into. You kind of snuck in, and then you're going to go into this building, blah, blah, right? So that's kind of the gameplay element that I was thinking of. Azura, can I show some concept art? Can I show some concept art of our enemies? That cool? Sounds good. So I'll show you guys some of the enemies now. Rates. Oops. Here we go. Not those ones. Here we go. Check this. Right here. Resolute's making this guy right now. We'll see how he turns out. It's going to be pretty cool. But so there's one little sneak peek of something here. So yeah, there you guys go. Anyways, so let's keep on keeping on here. So let's look at those pictures again. So yeah, this concept didn't really get the water portion of it right. So what I'm actually looking to do is to create kind of like a cool plaza here with a bunch of water stuff, and that water is going to feed into the next area over, which is right here. Right? So so yeah, right here, I kind of want to start around this so I can have it be grandiose, right? So I might have this be a raised platform in a sense. Just so I can have all the water stuff. Right? So let's start by doing that. And I already have the stuff for this. So I'm just gonna obviously let's see here. Drag it out. Here's an instance potentially where PCG might be good. But at the same time, maybe not. These are all, yeah, they are. Of course they are. There we go. Okay. Just going to raise this up to about probably here. Something like that. Let's see how that looks. That looks not too bad. So I'm going to keep that. I will keep this all clear, I believe, as well. Yeah, I just want to add some different variation for all the areas, right? Just to make it unique. That's why I didn't use any prefabs for this, because I want these to be unique. So I just blocked them out just to see what it looks like. This case, how big are these? They're 5 as well. Okay, sweet. So I'll just do that. 500. I might sub these out for the railing variant. Let's do that now. So I'll just find the railing variants right here. Is that a different size? It is a different size. No, that's also a different size. That's fine. I'll just add railings myself afterwards. Okay, and keep adding some here. And then this is where I want that big kind of pool fountain-y thing to be. So I'll stop there. I'll select all these. Dupe that. Dupe that. And it's good that I'm doing this individually because, once again, I'll showcase this. So I'll play from here. I showed this off on another stream. Sheep Rants. Hello, Mr. Takegrace. Love you and the channel. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you around here. Okay, so we see this whole thing, right? This is how Unreal Engine renders stuff. So we're going to walk forward. We're going to look at our new super cool land. I'm going to hit this console command, freeze rendering, which you can check yourselves on your games to see if stuff works. Now I'm going to turn around, and you can see that all this stuff was unloaded because I was not looking at it. Or not unloaded, hidden, basically, to save performance, right? So, I think that it does take the area around the camera into account as well, because normally these would be hidden as well. Unless, yeah, that's right. Because if I jump off here, I think if I think that's a toggleable thing. Freeze, render. So I think that resumes it. No, it doesn't resume it. I'll start over. Start from here. Okay, so there's our little platform. We'll do that again. Freeze rendering. And did I hit? Oh, I didn't hit. I must not have hit enter. Freeze rendering. Did it do it? I don't think it did it again. What do I have to do to make it work? Freeze. There we go, rendering frozen. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, same thing. These didn't disappear, which they should be. So again, that's a little bit odd. But that's fine. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, usually if it's not on screen, it will hide it so that it's not rendering stuff that you're not seeing because it doesn't make sense, obviously. So, okay. Let's copy these. And I'll move this over one, and then I'll move this over a bunch. I wonder if I should only do a couple more. So, whoops. It's probably pushing the Windows key like usual. There we go. 1 and a 2 and a 3. There we go. Does the size of the object impact whether or not it's called? I don't think so. I think what does affect it is these settings you have set on it under like rendering and all that kind of stuff and collision and blah blah blah, right? So overlay. Interesting. Treat as background for occlusion. Yeah, like all of these settings are what actually matter. Material cache, the HLODs. Okay, so here's mesh instancing. Yes. Where's the outliner? Mezzanine. It's probably literally all of these ones that I just made, right? Okay, perfect. I'll go to details. I'm actually going to test that out for you guys to see if it works. Rendering, here's what it was. It was a drop down. Where was it? Here we go. Batch policy, mesh section instancing. Let's try that, and let's see if the freeze rendering works now. Okay, so there it is, and then freeze rendering. It did not get rid of it. Okay, well, it'll be a setting on there for sure. So that'll just be kind of playing around with that to see what you can get. But yeah, like I said, basically over here is where you want to come to figure out if calling will work well for that. Here, where is it? Not under LOD. Can be in a cluster, migrating assets, ignore blah, blah, blah. Find camera component when, view through to see, okay, yeah. And then texture streaming, world partition is spatially loaded, yeah, level instance, okay. So, yeah, like I said, it's gonna be settings. So it doesn't matter how big it is, right? If you don't have it as a HLOD, then it's going to either unload it if it's too far away, if you're using the world partition system, or it's going to just basically decimate it down to have basically a stand-in that's going to be a significantly less poly count. That's not going to take up a lot of performance, right? So I think I'm going to do one more floor this way, and then I'm going to get some staircase action going on here. Okay, so we could do railings now, or you know what? I'm going to add one more piece. I'll add this piece here. Okay, and I'll go to top view. I gotta turn that off. Steady hands. There we go. Very good. Okay, so there's that. I don't necessarily like that. So this is kind of sticking out a little bit. There is another railing type. Or should I just put an end cap there? The other railing type is this. I don't mind that, actually. See what that looks like when you stick it up right against it. So what I'm doing right now is not necessarily level design, it's environmental art. Level design is the blocking out of stuff. Right, so let's move that over. Because, yeah, environmental art and level design are not the same skill, I guess. Let's see. I want to see if it just looks better like this, possibly. That looks aight, actually. Is it? Looks a little, yeah, looked a little off there for a second. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'll roll with that. This is one moment where I wouldn't use a spline, right? Because it's another 500 things here. Oh shit, didn't I turn it on? I thought I did. There we go. 1 and a 2 and a 3. And then do we want to put more? Or no, we'll have a railing that whole way. So we won't have to worry about that. Cool. And then yeah, let's worry about the railing here now. We got here. Paul, welcome to the stream. I didn't see your message was retracted. But yeah, welcome to the stream. All right, so let's continue on here. Let's build this mezzanine / staircase. Let's figure out where the staircase is going to go first. I think we'll have a couple here. Perhaps we'll have... Oh, yes. My brain just fired off something that I think is going to work great. So I'll put this up here so it's at least on the same plane. So we want this lined up exactly with our kind of pond here, right? So all right, that. Okay, let's line this up. Perfect. And line up with that as well. So it's okay. So that'll be great, and then we'll just basically copy this. How long is this one? 250. Okay, sweet. It's like the one nice thing about you don't have. So we'll have to do 50 increments because they don't have 250. But yeah, this is the one nice thing about modular assets. Is like everything's basically the same predetermined size, right? So that's not lined up exactly, and neither is that one. So it's maybe like 49 or something. So let's turn that off. Yeah, so you want the lines obviously to be like perfectly overlapped because that's, or just Z fighting just like that. So then you know it's lined up perfectly. There it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna select all these and I'll just turn this back on. Line them up. There we go. Looks like only 2 more is what we need. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so that's done. Now we can do some staircase action here. Probably would just do... Oh, I wonder if my existing staircase that I've already made will work here. I think I put that in my stairs here. Standby. Meshes, blueprints, not blueprint. Oh yeah. Stairs. Here we go. This is a packed level actor because yeah, I made it from scratch, obviously. So see if this will work. Not quite, actually. Oh, actually, maybe. Let's do this. This also isn't as high, so I might have to just make another custom one here. So here's the railing bit here. So let's do this one over here first, and then I can mirror it in the modeling mode. Okay, line this up just like that. Just like that, perfect. And then I gotta obviously line it up this other way. So we'll do front, and then I'll select those and do this, the trick I showed you guys earlier. Yeah, see, they're a little off center because of that rotation thing. A little bit of a design oversight on my part. I mean, that feels good. Yeah, that's lined up, I think. Looks pretty good. Okay, sweet. And then, yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll unhide everything. Okay, so, shit. Probably would be better to maybe make this area slightly lower. I did have some height variation in this one, not in the first one, but yeah, maybe this one a little bit better to have some height variation. So I'll go to landscape mode now. And we're going to erase, I think is what I want. Tool strength, yeah, we'll do that. Brush size, sure. Maybe a little bit less on the brush size. Or brush strength, sorry. So is that what we want? Maybe a little bit more. So we'll sculpt. Brush size I'll do like super tiny. Just want to bring it up so that the stairs aren't just sticking out, right? Come on now. Do I have to do it a bit bigger? There we go. There we go. That's side 2. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then what I'll do is I will smooth, and I believe I can select here, and then I can kind of do the rest, but my tool strength's got to be a lot stronger. I think is that, or no, I don't want to do flatten, or maybe I do. And just make the tool strength, like, pretty weak. Right? So this whole area will just kind of flatten out a little bit, but not have it be, you know, perfectly flat, because that just seems weird. Maybe we'll do that over here too. We're going to put this other staircase. Okay. Something like, you know, yeah, sure, why not? I don't think the water, you know, area would be perfectly flat anyway. But we'll see. I'll make this toothbrush size a bit bigger. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. We got some detail there, right? So, okay. That works great. Now we'll just make this custom bit here. Probably would be something similar to what I did before, where I'm going to have like a... I can probably just do custom railings, or I can do... Yeah, let's do the custom railings. So I'll go back to floors. No, sorry. Or was it keep? Ooh, this one looks nice. Or should I just have that be as a part of this up here instead? Just like, oh, sorry, that's a lot bigger than the floor. There we go. It's probably fine though if it's a lot bigger than the floor. Or the floor is a lot bigger than that, I mean. So unhide everything. Let's see what we got over here. Where were we? Over here. Yeah, we'll drag that back here, and then we can have a nice rounded off corner just like this over here. So we'll duplicate this, move it over here, and then rotate it. There we go. There, I think that's lined up. Perfect. Probably wouldn't want it exactly right there, though, so maybe we'll drag this back here. One of these should be a different view so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Yes, I think that's more appropriate because then we can have, the whole thing here looping around. So where is that? Mezzanine. Is that big enough? Yeah, it should be more than enough, actually. Do right here so I can put a railing there. Yeah. And then what I'll do, because obviously I can't put the curved railings here, is I'm going to put this railing end piece here. I'll rotate it. I wish we had a bit of a half railing, in a sense. That should be good. I will move one over here to this corner. Okay, and then I'll move one more over here to this corner. Perfect. All right. She prance. The size will affect whether or not objects will also never be called, so you can turn it off. Oh, if it's called cleanly. Okay, sweet. Big objects will pop in and out. Sometimes large objects may also never be called, so you can turn it off. Oh, okay. No, I didn't already say that. I saying it's probably to do with your settings, but I mean that makes sense, right? I mean, Unreal's a little bit more intelligent than a lot of people give it credit for sometimes. You know, it's not going to it's not going to load objects it doesn't need to load, or whatever the case is sometimes, right? So, just look, okay, I'll move this over here. Yeah, so you know, Unreal is intelligent enough to do that kind of stuff, but yeah, obviously settings do play a role in that as well, so. I should probably, yeah, I'm gonna put a railing there. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, so, or should I put a wall here? You know what I mean? I don't think we should let players go under there, right? So I'll put a box geometry there. Okay. That's 3,000 there. 3,000 to, so 6,000 long on the X, which is that way. So 6,000 by, shit, what's this way? Actually, I don't want it that wide because we're going to put water and stuff there. So let's make it, yeah, what is it, 750? So we'll say 750. And Z will be, yeah, whatever the height of this is. Which is, looks like 250. Okay. All right, let's line her up. So that height, probably a little bit less. Let's make this 300 actually, because yeah, the ground isn't exactly perfectly level or whatever, so. That looks fine. Okay, and then we'll go to the overhead here. And we'll move it. Why can't I see it on the overhead? Why can't you ever see the box stuff on the overhead? That's really annoying. I guess I have to go to unlit to see it maybe? I don't know. So it might be a little bit too wide. So let's go 700. $700 not enough. Maybe 600. 500. Skinny up enough. 250 looks like the winner. And it doesn't look like it's perfectly lined up with there, so let's move that up just a little bit. I mean, no one's going to be able to jump up there to see that anyway, but it bothers me as the game maker. You do have to let some stuff go. Like, you can't just be stuck on one issue forever or finessing about stuff, because it will lead you to not being able to finish your game because you just are focusing on dumb stuff. Well, sorry, not dumb stuff, but you know what I mean. Like, stuff that nobody's going to care about, right? They're going to care about if your game's fun. Like, you know, players do have a bit of a tolerance to stuff not working in a sense. An example would be like, you know, if I'm walking through this door and I have like a giant ass fucking sword, and you know, if I have a giant ass sword and my character doesn't fit through the door because the sword's collision is like hitting the other collision, so you kind of make the door collision a bit narrower. And then, you know, you walk through here and your sword clips through the door frame a little bit. No one cares. Your game works. No one cares, right? So no one's going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe the sword clips through the collision, right? So like that's the little stuff you don't really need to like dedicate a lot of time to. If it's like ridiculous, then yeah, maybe sure, right? But yeah, I don't think you need to worry about that too much. Okay, so let's do another box thing rates. Yeah, so I'll just do this. Geometric box. Blacks. Okay, this over here. So, yeah, what's the measurement here? Wireframe. 1500. Okay, so we'll do 1500 by 1500. Super cool. That's nice and easy. And then I think I did 300, right? Just yeah, it's frustrating that I can't see the preview or the actual mesh itself on this overhead. I gotta try to line it up manually. That looks pretty good. And then obviously this is gonna go up. There we go. Perfect. Let me move this over here. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then I'm actually going to duplicate that box because it's going to be the same idea over here. We don't even care about the back end of this because we won't see it ever anyway because this is blocking it. So I just care about this because it's going to be the pool in a sense. We should put some sort of floor down here, though. And I wonder if we should extend this inwards, actually. We should. Is this? Yeah, this one has a inside corridor, so I can't send it in too far. Or else we'll see it, obviously. But where it is, it should be underneath enough where we won't notice it. So yeah, let's just do that. So we'll select all these. Maybe not this one. Yeah, that one's not fine. Okay, and we'll move that over, and we'll there we go. Sweet. So that's good. Perhaps I do want another pool of sorts. You know, so here, I'll turn this 500 on again. Let's do this. And then looks like one more. Okay, sweet. And then just going to make sure that we can't see these in here, which we can't, which is excellent. They only go in a little bit. Okay, cool. Sweet, that's good. Yeah, so I'm going to put the materials on this other guy now. So we will stick with the castle wall theme here. So we'll do this. Or we won't do that because F me, I guess. There we go. There, and then... Yeah, this is, like I said, this is kind of like environmental art. We'll do the actual, like, blockout, which is actual level design stuff in a little bit here. When we do the buildings and stuff. Okay. That looks great. Okay, so I'm going to select all the box brushes that I just made. So that one. That one, that one. And that one. So there's three, yeah. So these three, and then I'm going to go to details, and I'm going to change this to be 4. So I don't have to do them all together. There, looks great. Okay, so should I... Ooh, you know what, actually? I'm going to add... I mean, this is going to be... No one's going to be able to tell that this isn't exactly lined up, so it's fine. But here's where I'm going to put... Let's see here. Well, shit, actually, first of all, the grass shouldn't be grass. Maybe another box thing down here. Basic... Sorry, geometry box. Let's do another box. What's the length of this now? Turn you off. There we go. You are... I think I was a little over. So 2,000 by 15. Okay, so we'll make you that. I don't know where this box is. There it is. Okay, outline detailers. Here we go. X was 15, and this is 2,000. And this will be 10. Okay, maybe it was the other way around then. 2,000 by 1,500. There we go. Let's make it 1,600 then. It's just a little bit too less. Great. Okay, that's going to be a riverbed of some variety. So, or you know what I mean. Okay, so let me find a material for that. So material, water. You know what? I have an idea. So why don't we do this instead? And this top layer is going to be... There's a fountain water material I have somewhere. Let me just find it. Water fountain. Here it is. Yeah, see how it's like moving? Love it. Okay, so then that means that this should be wider. Or can I flip the UVs? I probably... Oh, I can. Nice. That's awesome. So I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to make this 300, because that's what we had the other ones on. Move this down to about here. There's our water. We don't want... We want this UV to be flipped for this one. I just got to get in there and see it. Oh, this is like super hard to select. Okay, let's go to the outliner, because yeah, this is like really, really hard to select. There we go. So let's select that. Can I make this like a two-sided material? Hollow, yeah. So we want it to be hollow. Now can I change the material on it? Very good. Okay. This, I'm going to get rid of all of the grass. I'm just going to quickly go to landscape mode, and we're going to just erase all of this. We don't want it. I don't know why you're not going away specifically. I can also just make it a little bit shorter. Where are we? Down here. So let's do like 200. There we go. Still some there, hey? What are you, grass? Okay. There. We got a nice little pool pond thing there. Then the bottom layer... We're going to make, I'm sure I have some sort of, gravel, something rather. Riverbed. I have a riverbed texture, but do I have a material? I don't see one. Rivermaster, river. Well, can I just put the texture on there? I can. So, what does that look like? Looks like Garbo. Because I put it on the wrong one, probably. Or did I? Oh, no, I didn't. I see. So I gotta make... this would be a landscape thing. Like, if you could make this landscape brown with a layer, which I'm not the best at, to be honest. What the hell are you? Just a random shadow. Huh. That's odd. Anyways, so yes, you would just need, I need a plane, and then I need to make this a different thing. So let's make this dirt or something. Oh, hey, riverbed material. Here we go. I don't know why I didn't see that before. Riverbed material. Did I not put it on there? Or maybe that is it. Okay, so yeah, I gotta get a dirt material or something like that, or clay, or... Let's see what we got in here. We got Pebbles dirt, so let's see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. I probably would want the water to be, like, we can add a tint or something to that even. The pebbles might even make it look a little bit better. But yeah, the water is like really, really clear, which is cool. Maybe we change these to be a different color just to give it some, like, you know, life. But yeah, I am going to add another plane right here. Geometry. Oh, we don't have planes. Well, basic shapes has a plane, so I'll add the plane. I'll make this plane. I gotta scale it like a weirdo. That's why I like the geometry shapes a little bit better, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. There we go. Okay, and then going back to my thing where I had the pebbles. Where did that material go? Okay, material pebbles. Ooh, I found a material that I like a little bit better, actually. Material pebble road. Actually, no, I like the other one better. That one's way more high quality. Pebble stone, dense pebbles. I don't know where the hell it went. I left my thing. Sorry, guys. One sec. Castle, materials, water. Materials. Bed. Nope, not that one. I can't remember what it was named. It was MI something, rather. Rubble. Round table. I don't see them. Why is it so hard to find materials again? Here they are, riverbed material. So I'm going to put that not on the water because then I'll have to do more work. Right here. Okay, so there we go. Those look like not great, but can I put that on the ground here? Very good. You probably could put some small stones or something in there just to add a bit of extra geometry to it. But yeah, that doesn't look too bad. You know what would actually add to this is some more foliage here. So I got some like lily pads and stuff in here. You know, add some of these on top of the water. And oh, some more foliage. Oh, there's some algae. Water people would have algae in their water, wouldn't they? Seems like something they would have. Oh, it even moves. Oh boy, that looks good. Right, so yeah, that's another way you can just add some life to this guy. That's all the different types of foliage. There is some more algae type stuff. Oh, I can't. It's a foliage actor. And is that the only one? Looks like there's a... No, that's it. Okay, so yeah, so that's all there is. So now I can just basically alt drag duplicate these around, right? One other thing I did want to put in here was a fountain. So we'll see. Anyways, let's see how this looks from here. TG's in the zone. I think we can get away with stuff. Yeah, right. All right, so here, let's have a look. So yeah, that looks pretty good, everybody. Pretty happy with that, actually. But yeah, let's maybe change those textures to be something a little bit cooler. I think this one should be this, should be the stone wall. So let's change that. Skip series. Sorry. I have two things open already. One's for dragging stuff in, and I have one for materials, but clearly. Whoops. Clearly I'm not, don't have enough things open, I guess. Buildings, here we go. Castle pavement, because it has some green in it, which I think fits the current theme. So, and then this one, of course, I need to make sure that the UVs are 4 and 4. Okay, that makes sense. These ones. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it should be like a different material altogether. Let's have a look and see what we got. Terrain stones trims. Water, visual effects, windows. There's some cliff materials here. Let's see what those look like. Whoops, sorry, not that one, obviously. Let's see what these look like. I don't hate it. I still think the water should be a bit more saturated with like a color, you know, so. But yeah, we'll fix this now. Same thing. This one I'll do like a... Yeah, sure, yeah. This one will be this. Oh, there's one more. Cool. All right, looks pretty good, everybody. So can I add some color variation to this without changing much? Oh, you know how I would do that? Actually, is with lighting. So what if I put a rectangle light right here? Whoops. Never know what frickin' direction is pointing or facing or whatever. We'll find out in a second, I guess. So I'll turn that up. Yeah, where's the light? Oh, it's in unlit mode, of course. Okay, so that's the wrong way, so we'll do this. And then we'll rotate it like this. Move it up. And let's make the source width that, and source height this. This is as high as you can go, I guess. Okay, sure, whatever. We don't want it to be that bright necessarily, but we do want it to affect like, you know, quite a bit of space. And then we can change the lighting color to be like a blue or something like that. And then the barn doors we want to make a bit. The barn door angle, we don't care about that. Yeah, we don't want any barn door stuff. That's... What if we actually move this over and did this? Well, this'll change once we have like a fountain in here. You know what I mean? So now we do care about barn doors. Source height, blah, 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 source width. And then now we can turn up the intensity a little bit. Here, let's center this, and then let's move it up. And then let's bump it up and bump this up. And then we can use the barn doors now to yeah, there we go. That's what we want. Barn door angle 0, and then we can make the attenuation radius pretty big. I can't... Yeah, we're as big as this thing can get, right? So, anyways, I don't want this to cast shadows because... But yeah, I want it to affect the world. Basically, yeah, now, so when the player goes in here, we won't have any, like, random-ass shadows. I won't be able to get out of here as a player anyway. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, hey? Oh, it looks like I have to make this a water volume. The collision... Let's see here. Is there no collision on these? Got a new sub, Julian Lamart. Welcome to the TG Realm. So, what do we got here? TG's in the zone, RTM the friend zone. You can get away with it with a lot when you're in the friend zone, or rather, when they are in the friend zone. Oh, yeah, real time. I mean, I'm not in the friend zone because we're in a relationship, so that worked out. Anyways, let's. Well, I forgot what I was doing now. I lost my train of thought. Right, I was trying to do the collision. Right here under advanced. No. Span can be damaged. That sucks. That unless the brush components will have the collision on it. Here it is. Collision. Collision presets. Water body collision. Except this plane that has this, we are going to make not that. This, no, sorry, it is this. Physics, collision. We want block all. Okay, so those are right up against that other thing, which is labeled as a water volume. So we don't want to go through that. Then these other ones, we got to make sure, like, right up against... yeah, I mean, we can test and see if it works right now. Play from here. So, still can't go in. Do you have to do it for each individual one, possibly? Brush 9. No, you shouldn't have to, but I guess let's just check the actual collision settings here. Can character step on? No. Customs, let's have a look. Oh, I see. The physics body. We're going to overlap with everything. Yeah, I wonder what the collision settings are for water body collision, actually. Let's see. It still blocks world static. That's really odd. So yeah, we'll do custom for that then, and we'll make sure that that's overlap all. And we'll do physics body, query only. Sure, we'll try that. Save. Yeah, I haven't saved in a while. That's like the one scary thing about all this is like even autosave seems to not save your work. So like, yeah, you gotta remember to save constantly. Wait, we're in a relationship, TG? Smooth mover. I didn't even notice. Yeah, right? You pulled the wool over your eyes on that one. Okay, anyways. We still aren't going in to the water because reasons. Interesting. You know what it is, actually? I think this might be playing a role in it, possibly. We don't actually need... Shit, I deleted the whole thing. Hollow, I think, was the right move. However, I don't think we need this, because we've, like, double-sided it, right? We've chose hollow. Whether extra internal face should be generated for each cube mesh. Or each cube face. Let's do that instead. Now we gotta redo the materials. God damn it. Additive tessellation, yes. Okay, let's flip. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. We want to rotate. No, we don't. God damn it. How do you flip this right around? Geometry, select. Invert surface selection. That didn't do nothing. Or did it? Let's put the water on this one so we can... Oh, I see. Whoops. What the hell? You're just adding stuff that's not even a thing anymore. Materials. Series. Water. I can't remember what the one we put in there was. I think it was fountain water or something like that, right? Waterfall. Fountain water. There we go. I was like, that looks super weird, but yeah, it makes sense now. We wanted it to be hollow. It's just like the top layer we didn't want. Right? Maybe we should do a plane for this as well. Instead of a box thing. So yeah, let's delete this box. If I can select it ever. No, that's the plane. Box brush 9. Yeah, we'll delete this. So yeah, now we have all of those back. And then we'll just do a plane. Actually, no, we can't do just a plane because... We need a bunch of planes, essentially. This can be probably edited to include that dirt material as well. So let's... I'm not good with materials, but let's see what happens. So, alright, let's... Wait, oh, sorry, not the plane. I want the friggin' material. Silly. Riverbed material. Okay, so there's that. Let's open that up. Let's see what's... It's a material instance, so where's the actual... So let's get an add node out of this. And then we're going to add this dirt texture. Plug that in. Opacity mask. We're going to get rid of that now too. That's perfect. So we'll just save that. There is a normal map and stuff for these pebbles, I believe. Yeah, there's a... Oh, is this the riverbed? Yeah, it is. Okay. So there's a normal map. So let's plug that into the normal. And there's a... What's Aura? What, sorry, dumb question. What's ORM stand for? Because, yeah, I don't normally do materials, so I don't know what that means. Here, how about I show you? This one. The normal map, there's a grass, dirt, don't care about that. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, so yeah, let me know what that is, because I'm sure it could get plugged in somewhere, unless there's something here with those ORM. I don't see anything here that would... Yeah. Anyways, texture extra, boom. Okay, whatever. We'll just not use it. But yeah, I mean, the normal map looks pretty good anyway, so we'll hit save and we'll go back. There it is. Oh boy, look at that. It looks really good, actually. Okay, so that's that. Now we just need another plane. Like this. Or no, we need a volume. Can you just add a water volume? Water... Okay. Because there is a volume you're supposed to add for swimming that's like a swim volume or something like that. I just don't see it in here. Yeah, let's just use the water, whatever it's called, plug-in stuff. We might as well. It just looks so much better than everything else. Can I set the size? Oh, it's a spline. Okay. Where's the spline points? Water static mesh. I will deal with that after. Input key. Huh. So I just gotta scale it, I guess. Or I can't scale it. It won't let me. Okay. Depth, velocity, audio intensity. Would be good if I could actually size the goddamn thing. Is this where I do the spline thing? Custom. I'm super confused. Yeah, I haven't used the custom one before. So included populate. Okay, duration. Populate from legacy. I did nothing. Terrain affects landscape. Sure, we'll do that. Water source. We'll just leave that alone. I mean, where do you set the actual size? Because you can't. Oh, you can change the scale. It just wouldn't let me do it there. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, a little bit bigger. And then, so 8. Let's just put 10 in here. Okay, maybe 8 as well. No, 5, 6. 7, because we got to overlap that a little bit. Okay, there. We got water volume, and then we'll do this. Oh, fuck yeah, that looks way better than what I was doing. Algae and stuff's got to get moved down, but this, that. There, they're on the water. Perfect. Okay, so, and that watercolor looks so much better. Like, probably don't even need this light. If I had this light, yeah, I don't think I need this light anymore, which is fine. Okay, and then, yeah, we're gonna simulate a little bit of waveage as well. Because there's gonna be a fountain in here. I don't know what kind of curves there are in there. Affects the landscape. Water intent, here it is. Max. Just gotta calculate that, obviously. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Yeah, and then we'll put the fountain and stuff in here now. Okay, anyways, it says I'm in live chat, but okay, yeah. Yeah, what are you guys working on in your games? Let me know what's happening. We can chat about it. Unfortunately, yeah, like I said, this water plugin is in beta still, so very likely that we hopefully we can ship our game by the time it's out of beta. Just gonna check down here. Any implications of that? Okay, that doesn't make a difference. Great. And what's over here? Gotta move this one over as well. Great. What about this one? Is this one? This one's good. Okay, cool. Yes. Okay, so I wanted to put. I see. I gotta move this. Okay, and then I wanted to put grates here, and then some culverts, which I don't have those, so we're gonna go to. I gotta get the place actors. Where is it? Windows place actors. I thought that's where it was. There it is. Sorry, place actors. Then we're gonna go to Blockout, which is that plugin that I have. Blockout tube. Okay, and then over here it can just be the radius will be like something like this. And then the height will be that. And then I'll stick those in the castle wall. And I'll move this over here so it looks like it does go to the earth area on its own, essentially. Cool. Then I'm going to put some grates here, which I think I do have in the somewhere. No grates. What about railings? I have like metal railings somewhere. Here we go. Half railing, aisle railing. What's these look like? That seems like something you'd have in a castle, right? Underneath a pretty fancy fountain. Will you implement swimming, or is the water too shallow? Can't really tell. Yes. There's not going to be swimming in my game just because of the hero's specific abilities. There is going to be a ocean area where we can explore underwater, which will be its own thing. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we're not going to be doing swimming. And let's move this over here. Oh, I see that it's directly in the... Move this over because it's like, there we go. It was clipping into the thing. God damn it. And I'll move you over to here. And we'll do one more. Cool. That looks pretty good, everybody. So yeah, we won't be able to swim into the culverts. That looks great. All right, so now we can do the railings, I think. I think this mezzanine's really nice. We were going to do another thing over here as well. Let me just put the railings out here. So we'll do one here. Generally, I don't like to shrink stuff with the scale tool because it does make the UVs all messed up, but this one might be okay. And skinny that up right there. Perfect. Am I on the ground? I am. Okay, nice. That looks pretty good. I'll do this other one now. I'll just also duplicate this, move it over here. So it'll be the same thing. Perfect. Then I will move this pivot point down here and then duplicate it 90 degrees. Or did I? Did I? I didn't. Okay, well, never mind then. So yeah, here I'll duplicate it. I'll put it back. And now I'll move the pivot point up here and try to do that. Don't know why I didn't do it before, but there we go. All right. Perfect. Okay. The UE water plugin was in beta and UE4. Was it? That sucks because this plugin's badass, dude. Like again, so easy to do water. Such a goddamn headache to do water otherwise. Okay, I think that's good. Everything looks like it's lined up very well here, so let's copy this. Is that everything? Looks like it would be, yep. Then, oh shit, you know what I need to do? I need to add supports. Floating stuff. There was nice supports in this other... Sorry, railings, castle, meshes, buildings. Keep right here, this one. It's bigger, obviously, but I'm gonna shrink it down. Or not. I'm literally going the other way, but yeah, cool. Sure, and then I'll add another one right there. See that all figured out there. Okay, sweet. And then you would have another one, probably another 2 here. And then these ones would also have supports because we're just hiding the fact that those other bits don't have any supports. So we're gonna duplicate this, and then I will, yeah, make it come out of the ground a little bit. I'll probably scale it up as well. Let's see, something like this here. Yep, and then you'd probably have supports for quite a ways down here. Yeah, from an engineering standpoint. Are these even touching? Oh yeah, they are. Okay. I can probably move these 2 specifically a little bit farther down to cover the ends. And then I can space these out now. So that's a little bit more even. Looks good. Okay, and then before I like group it all and stuff, I'm just gonna play around it and see if I see stuff. Yeah, so I do want to work on some systems for the game. Oh shit, yeah, look at that. Okay. Do we just bring the... Yeah, we do. Okay, so here, I'll fix that in a second. But, yeah, I do want to work on some systems. I'm just, like, yeah, I'm a little burnt out from blueprints at the moment, so just doing other things for the game to keep myself, you know, motivated. Okay, so yeah, this all looks great. This all looks great. Would probably be wise, to be honest, to move that one pillar in the corner here up to support that. And then I need to add some supports for here as well. Sweet, and then I'll just test the actual staircase, make sure it works. There we go, yeah, it looks good. Come on up here, I'll put some railings up there after. Times it's 1 o'clock, okay. So, I haven't even done any blockout stuff yet, but... okay, so let's fix this pillar. Can this go up anymore, or was it was already at the bottom? So we'll scale it up a bit. Just gonna scroll back on the camera speed. There we go. I can scale it down a little bit more. Something like that. That looks like it's resting on there, doesn't it? Go to game view there so I can see. Just not quite. I just gotta scale it up like a hair. There we go. Cool. All right, there's that, and then we'll put the other stuff in. Hey man, been following your inventory system. Any plans for a new weapon system 2? Which one? I did 2. Did you do the RPG style one, or did you do the Tarkov one? Let's see here. Move these down. I like this, actually, these placements, because that makes sense structurally where that would go. Maybe even put another 2 there, possibly. Reinhard Schmidt, just sub to the realm. Welcome to the realm. We're making good games. Actually, we're making games without microtransactions, essentially. That's the whole idea. I'm going to move one here. I think that there would be one here. I also think there will be one here as well, to be honest. I'll just move this right over, and then I'll skinny it up like this. Yeah, I think there'd be one there. Okay, perfect. All right, and then what was the other? Was that the only fixes? I think so. Oh, right, the landscape. Let's fix that right now. So I will go to landscape mode. I'm going to flatten. And I will do this. And then I'm going to go to one that's where we want it, which is like right here. And then I'm just going to... Okay. It's another area. There. Did that screw that up? It did. Okay, so we'll just erase, and then we'll do the tool strength really low. We'll make the tool size significantly smaller. Sweet. Let's flatten that out now. Sweet. All right. I don't mind. Sorry. Let's see. The Tarkov one. Yeah. Quick. No, there's no plans to do any of that. To be honest, I've been a little disappointed myself with the performance of that series. I've seriously considering not even doing the other modules at this point, because that first bit took months of prep and planning and recording and editing and stuff. So I haven't made the decision yet, but that's on my mind right now. So. You know, you're gonna look at the first video and be like, "What do you mean it has 12K views?" Well, yeah, those views, like, it's more the retention of the series. In the first like minute and a half, I lose like 85% of the viewership. So, really, those 12,000 views mean nothing. So, yeah. And then the other ones, obviously, you can see the views are really low, and the same thing. It's the same thing with the retention graph is really, really shitty. So, you know, I seem to get more response from videos showcasing game framework systems and stuff like that, or showing you guys stuff that is not shown on other YouTube channels. So yeah, that's my thought process right now. So, okay, I don't mind MTX as long as they're not annoying or predatory. I mean, yeah, I like how, I know you don't like it, but I like how Helldivers does it. It's like, hey, you can buy the stuff, you can buy our in-game currency and buy some stuff if you want, or you can just play the game and then get enough credits after a while, and then you can buy packs. I like that, right? I like giving the option. It's like you can play our game and get credits, or you can just buy the credits and buy the stuff. Right? So I like that. Yeah, Helldivers 2 does handle it really well. That was not only is that game really fucking fun and really good from a game development standpoint, It's also really, like, that's probably the best handling of microtransactions that I've ever seen. So I don't play mobile games anymore because I cannot play a mobile game without losing my goddamn shit because of the microtransaction shit in there. It's like every 2 seconds, it's like buy coins, buy gems, buy fuck off. I want to play your goddamn game. Can I play your goddamn game? You know? Yeah. Okay, so that looks great. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mirror this because I might save this, to be honest. I shouldn't save it because it seems like I have to edit it every freaking time anyway. But at the same time, I don't know. I can make this one mesh. You know what I mean? So. And then I'll select these guys. Oh no, I'm not going to select those guys because it's not part of the staircase. This seems good. I will, yeah, I'll make this one mesh then. So I'll go to modeling mode. We're going to go to model. Or is it mesh? Mesh. Union. Blah, 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 blah. Show new, don't care. Oh, sorry, use first, yeah. Show new boundary edges, don't care about that. Write to new object. Name will be, switch stairs 2, because I already made one called switchback stairs. And of course, I'll be a good game dev and put the actual things in. Transfer collision, accept. Make an actor out of it like a blueprint. Yeah, you could do that, actually. Make a pack level actor. I did that for one of the other things already, so. But, yeah, I'm just going to make it a static mesh. Then I'm going to... Where is it? It's... mirror. Sorry, that's... that, but I want to flip it on a different thing here. Mirror existing. There we go. Sure. Accept. So there's the existing, and now since I've already created this other one. Shit, did it save to the... oh, it saved to the gen folder. Shit, okay. Whoops. Show a new content browser, because I don't want to open that. Oh, where's the AutoGen folder? World relative. Oh, so it's going to go in levels then. Levels generated. Here we go. Switchback stairs 2. So there's already 2 in here, so I'll just get rid of that random GUI code or whatever the fuck. And then I will copy this and put it in... I can move this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just moving stuff around, though. So, where was it here? Dreamscape series, castle, meshes, buildings, modules, stairs. Move here. Did it move both? Well, I mean, I got this other one here as a pack level actor, which is what I was just talking about, so that's fine, whatever. Move that back over there. Okay, volume assets cannot be renamed. Yeah, whatever. So, I'm going to drag out Switchback Stairs 2, because... oh, yeah, 180, yeah. And, oh my god, the transform. Why? Like, everything in this world is like fucking 45 degrees off, and it's just absolute bullshit. So let's fix that. Edit pivot. Is that right there? And then I'll move the pivot to be somewhere that makes sense. Like, yeah, pretty much right there. Accept. Okay. Oh, that's just so dumb. It's doing that all by default. And is this the... okay, this is the new one that I mirrored. Isn't it? Yes, this is the mirrored one. Move that over there. And now we can move this into place. Right there. Perfect. Okay, so there's that one. Now this one. Good God. There we go. And then move it over here. Lining it all up. There. Boom. Okay, let's see what that looks like. That looks pretty good. We'll finish off by just testing this half now and see what this looks like and if this works. For our flow. So, oh, there's no collision. Interesting. Even though I told it to send the collision over or apply the collision, but sure, whatever. Make more work for me. Yeah, that one has collision. I don't want to deal with the collision on that. That's bullshit. So, we'll duplicate this, and then we'll mirror it again. Mirror, or where was it? Was that in here? Oh yeah, right here. Mirror. Okay, there it is. Mirror. Right to mirror existing. There was something in here about converting its what's it called? Converting it, like transferring over the right to input up. Yeah, sure. Maybe it'll keep its collision if I write it to it. Right? If I write it to existing. I did duplicate this. Oh shit. Okay, I see what happened there. Do I even need to mirror this? Actually, is another question. I don't think I need to mirror this. I just need to rotate it. One of the other ones I had to mirror because it, Huh, okay, so I didn't even have to mirror it. That's hilarious. I'm just being a dum-dum today, I guess. Okay. Boom. Okay, so that looks like it's good. We just gotta obviously deal with this now. Can't see. Gotta go down like a hair. Alright, sweet. So, yeah, that looks like it's lined up pretty good. Maybe actually over just a hair more. There we go. Okay. Now I'll go to landscape mode super quick and just fix this. Flatten or erase? I think erase. Brush size. Cool. We'll flatten it a little bit around this area too. All right, cool. All right, sweet. Let's go back to selection. Let's test the level here. Okay, sorry. Make an actor out of it like a blueprint. It's not better to just make a mesh instance for packaging and not merge them. Sorry, I don't know what that says. That way all equal meshes become one and all equal materials use one or the same. Oh yeah, sorry, you're saying to make it a mesh instance before packaging and not merge them. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. Well, they all use the same material anyway, essentially. There's only like 10 materials in this entire pack of giant things. Okay, what the fuck? I duplicated you. How do you not have collision? Oh, and I see this is all messed up now. God damn it. So I gotta undo everything I just fucking did. Until I get back to... what I had. come on now. I feel like I didn't do that much work. So it permanently changed it to, so does this one have collision now? If this doesn't have a collision, I'm going to be really fucking mad. Yeah, I was just thinking that I can't undo that part, but if this doesn't have collision, I'm going to be super mad. Oh my fucking god. Unfucking believable. So, I mean, I gotta basically redo this whole fucking thing now. Because the original meshes have collision, but that doesn't. I'm fucking pissed. That's bullshit. It gave me the option the one time to include the collision on all of those meshes. And it fucking didn't do it. I like redoing work is literally one of the things that pisses me off the most about not just Unreal, just in general. I fucking hate redoing work. Okay, so there's that. That's all lined up. Looks good. Okay, let's start with this bullshit now. Fuck, that pisses me off. I'm so mad about that. And I'm going to delete that switchback stairs mesh right now because, yeah, it's a waste of time. Where is the other thing I was using? Oh, I wasn't in stairs. I was in floors, I think. Yes. Is this one? No, that one's too big. It's probably the first one. Yeah, it was. Okay. There goes sweary TG again. Well, yeah, I get sweary when I get mad. Okay, that's looking good. All right, sounds good. And then it's going to make sure it's lined up this way. Perfect. Okay, sweet. I'll throw those pillars on, which was in the keep, I believe. The keep pack. It was literally these, but I'll just drag in a fresh one. Railing NP. Oh, no, it wasn't those. It was these. Perfect. Let's put those over here. It's amazing how fast you work after, like, something like this happens too, hey? Right, this one I had to, like, cheat a little bit. And then this one I don't have to make bigger now. Oh, you know what? Maybe this should be bigger, because then I could support this whole thing. Where's the ground? There's the ground. Is that, yeah, that's right, okay. Cool. All right, so that should be good. I just gotta add the railings now right here. Well, I guess you work faster technically because your design choices have already been made. You just gotta redo the work. Just looking at the top there. I think I gotta move it a little bit over. Yes, I do. Okay, sweet. It's done. And then I just gotta do the supports underneath, which was also in the keep, and it was this medium pillar, but we like shrank it down a lot. Or actually, we'll make them a little bit bigger. Yes, and then this. One more. A little bit different there than what we did before, but it's looking fine. This should go over here. Does that mean this one's too far over? Looks like it, yes. Let's move this one over now to there. Okay. We done? We done. Fucking dumb. But I should test this out, and then... Okay, works. Looks good. Don't see any glaring issues. That's questionable, but I mean, looks fine, I guess. Don't want to spend too much time on it. I don't like this. That one I had to cheese a bit. This railing can go over. I think that's why I don't like it. Same with this one. Yeah, this one can... This can actually move over a little bit. And then, yeah, this can move over as well. Very good. Okay. Sweet. Done. Let's... I don't know. I want this exact goddamn thing, but just reversed. So... You're saying to put it into a pack level actor, basically, first. So, did I get this? I didn't. Sure, sure, let's do that. Level, create pack level actor. Okay, and building stairs, switch back stairs 2. Save. Okay. So is that the level actor? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Modeling the pivot point. I just don't understand why it has to always do that. Like, even when I change it to, actually we'll keep it there. Even when I switch it to local, it still is all messed up. Oh, didn't fix it. I mean, I don't care as long as the X is facing the right way, which it doesn't even want to do anyway. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Little annoyances like that piss me off. Now when I want to move it, I gotta do it all fucking weird, and, you know, I don't know. It's your... No, I know it's my world rotation. When I switch it back and forth to local, it doesn't change the gizmo to be local. It's just all messed up. So what I'll do instead then is if the pivot point thing's not working, is I'll go to model and I'll go to, where is it? X form, transform. I'll just rotate this to align with the X, and then I'll hit complete, and then I'll bake the transform. Nice. Okay, so now I just gotta rotate this back to where it was. What the fuck? There we go. Okay, look, again, it changed it back to what it was. Is this because I have to go into edits like this? Select all, basically. Whoops. See, all of these have normal ass transforms. They all have normal ass transforms. Why is this not convert? Like, why is that not becoming the normal for this? Yeah, the world rotation's been kind of messed up. To be honest, like this castle bit. That's right. So everything, all of these castle, actually, it was doing it over here too, for the most part. You know, everything's been on a bit of an angle, but even when I switch to local coordinate space, it still like is on world space or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Nice. Yeah, I'm just reading real times. You're working on your AI again. Nice, man. Yeah, hope that turns out good for you. Okay, so I'm duplicating this. Can I flip this? Modeling mode. No, I want to mirror existing. New objects from input, delete handles, or delete inputs. Yeah, delete inputs because I'm writing to new object and I'm doing it to this. Crop along the first mirror plane. Okay, I just gotta find the... What the fuck? What is happening? I'm gonna just cancel that because there's stuff in there that shouldn't even be in there. I don't know. This is so messed up. I don't even know what the hell's happening. I'm just gonna make a fucking different one from scratch. You know, this is Unreal just pisses me off sometimes because this kind of shit happens and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. I just gotta do it manually, I guess. Instead of doing it the smart way, because Unreal's like, oh no, you're not smart, I'm just dumb. So, interesting that the scale works local, right? But it doesn't work for all the other ones? All the other ones just go back to that. Like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Well, yeah, pretty much. But, you know, the modeling mode is useful for certain things, like editing pivot, which it just refuses to do here. For some reason. Okay, and then is this cutting in? It is, so I gotta scale it down a bit more. Okay, let's see. That looks not good. What's happening now? Let's move this over here so I can, when I scale it, I can scale it to fit this. Oh, but it doesn't work because I need the railings longer. There's got to be a thinner stairs here somewhere then. Half heights. Static mesh stairs railing. Where that one came with some little stairs. Where are those little stairs? I don't see those on here. Okay, well, here it is. Model. Mirror. Accept. The big old question mark is there collision on here? Because that was what was the big issue before. There's not. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would it remove the collision? Is there collision on here? Because if there's not, I'm going to be real pissed. Okay, so there's collision on there, so why when I drag out a static mesh that has collision on it and then I mirror it, it just removes the collision? It should be basically copying the collision and mirroring the collision. Like, right? Does this one have collision on it? Yes, it has simple collision on it. But this one decided to just not have any. Is there any setting on here that has anything to do with collision? There's not. So that's a fucking huge oversight on Epic's part to make a mode like that to mirror it and then just don't have collision on it. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that drives me fucking crazy. Okay, well, actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drag this. I'm gonna split it, basically. So we'll do this. Maybe I can't. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll rotate this. I'll do the 90 degrees. If it'll go all the way up. Well, yeah, I just think that that's a stupid thing, though. He's saying easier to create new collision. Well, yeah, I know, but I shouldn't have to. The collision's already there. When I mirror it, it should be mirroring the collision as well. It doesn't make any sense to me why that's not even an option. Well, whatever. I'm pissed off about this. I'll come back to it later. To be honest, I'll just finish the railings. Collision right here. I was just gonna turn it off. There we go. Okay, so we'll finish the railings for this bit here. I'll do some stuff around the pond. And then, do we want to add another mezzanine here, maybe? Possibly. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, okay, so we'll add the modules, keep the railing end pieces right here. Okay, so there's that, and then we'll see where the railing ends. I don't like all the Z fighting. Sorry, I'm just reading. Atlum says, you select all the actors in the first stairs, select the actor in the toolbar, and merge actors. Use that actors and transform negative to mirror it, and then create a new actor out of that. Yeah, okay. I'll do that. It's like I've just been super frustrated with a couple of things here doing the blockout or the level stuff for this. There it is. There's some Z fighting here. I'm just getting rid of that. Can you see? It's fine. Okay, sweet. All right, it's fine. And so I got that. Should we put one there? We'll see how it looks. All right, let's just get going on the railings. I'll grab that spline. this guy. Okay, so move that over here. And everything keeps resetting back to what it was before. Okay, the local, there we go. Sorry, I was on world. Never mind. So this placed mesh will be the railing. Hello, my friend QFBS. Welcome to the stream. We're working on levels stuff for my game. So put the railing in here. Probably put a mezzanine thing there as well. Hey, what do you look like? You look pretty good. This will be moved over a little bit so it fits in there. Looks pretty good. Perfect. Can I move this over? Yes. Nice. Okay. Perfect. All right, let's get this spline going. Where's that first points? I can't even effing see it. Spline? I do not see the little white box. For the spline actor. I don't know if I'm missing something. Cause yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't see the little white spline thing that you need. Do I have to do this? No. Oh, am I in game view, maybe? Yeah, I was in game view. That's what it was. Okay, so now we can take this and we'll just move it over here. Probably just could have done that. I didn't need to create a spline for that, basically, but whatever. So, whoops, undo. I want the whole actor. Make a new one. We will come all the way to here. Line it up with that end piece there. And then we will, I think we can probably add one more to this. There's that. Lines up, good enough. Okay, and then I'll click on the whole actor once again, and I'll duplicate it, and I'll rotate it. And we'll move it over here. Okay, and then click on that spline, and I'll move it down here. Probably make one more, yeah. It goes into the wall. Nice, okay, sweet. So that's that. I don't think I need any more anywhere else. I think we'll keep this open. Does this mezzanine have Z fighting too? I mean, the things don't line up, so that's a bit of an eyesore. Which kind of affects the stairs as well. Great. Can I can probably move this a little bit just to line up the textures as well. Let's go back a little bit. There we go. Looks a little better. A little bit of Z fighting. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Don't want to spend too much time on that at the moment. So, last railings will be around here. Let's... Anything fancier that I got? There's a small railing. Let's do the small railing instead. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to change this to be the small railing instead. Then I'll move it over here. And right here, that'll be fine. Right on the corner. Okay, and then let's keep building this spline. Oh, interesting. What's happening here? So it's like, oh, is it the offset? Is that what's doing it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, it was the little handle was adding some extra meshes on that side. Okay, there's that, and then I just need to essentially duplicate this whole thing, put it over here, and then I will duplicate this again, but I'll rotate it this way. Move it back to be... Shit, I should flip these 180. So, negative... Well, we'll do 45. It's not going to be what I want, but I will just finish it off over here. Because I want the, what do you call it, the posts to be... yeah, kind of lined up, right? So if that makes sense. So that's perfect. Now there's a post on this end, a post on this end, etc. And it's already pretty good. That's fine. Yeah, because they all kind of do that in a sense. Okay, sweet. And then I'll shrink this up and match it up with this one, and then this should be pretty much done. I see. So maybe, yeah, let's move this whole thing back just a little bit. And then can I move this one over a little bit? Will that make them possibly line up? So we'll do that. And then, yeah, I'll do this. Copy this. Oops, not that, sorry. And I'll look at the comments in 2 seconds. I'm just going to finish this off. 180. Bring it over here. Okay, over here. So line this up like that, and then that should line up there like that. Super cool. This can actually move over a little bit more, which will help over here. And then I can probably move this like that. There, it's all perfectly connected. Let's check it out. Oh, the stuff I love and hate at the same time. Yeah, pretty much. All right, well, you know what? There needs to be some offset. I think it's set at offset of 5, so let's fix that for all of these because I duplicated them all. Don't want that. Don't want that. Why are we selecting things I don't need? There we go. There. 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 Offset mesh. Can I go? I can't go negative, hey? Can I try negative? Oh, I can do negative. Nice. Okay, -5. Huh. It doesn't... Maybe -10. Yeah, that looks better. So we'll do that. And then we just got to make these some of these points a little bit longer, like this one. Except now it's not do what do I want. Okay, how about... This literally all lines up except for these extra pieces. We could move these to accommodate. Let's maybe do that. Because it shouldn't look too out of place. Okay, and so yeah, then we'll move this whole thing back. Okay, and then we'll move this whole thing back. And then we'll add the extra one here. Perfect. Okay, let's check it out now. Alright. Strange the engine does not have made a Z order for materials and meshes to prevent Z fighting. Yeah, yeah, actually, if that's not in Unreal, that's super odd. I know obviously you can deal with that in Blender. This looks great. So, I love it. Last thing I'll add here is going to be a fountain. So I will grab the fountain asset I have here. So we'll do this, and then I'll have to add, obviously, a mesh underneath. So, for example, we'll do geo cylinder. Oh, shit, I gotta drag it out. I forget that every time. Cylinder. Okay, sure. And then we will do top view here. Does this... This has a few extra sides, looks like. Is this an octagon? It looks like it is. So it should be 8 sides. I just gotta rotate it till I find the right one, I guess. Turn off rotation. Here, and I'll just match it up. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll, yeah, I'll just make this a bit bigger. Outer radius. Yeah, something like that. Perfect. Okay, sweet. And then, where's perspective again? Just gotta line this up with the actual mesh. Fountain's actually got to go on it. There we go. Okay, sweet. And then, is that touching the bottom? I guess we'll find out. Where was the Z? Down here. Z. Let's make sure that that's in the ground. Perfect. Okay, for the entirety of the brush, I think it should just be either castle brick or something like that, right? I also got the fountain water static mesh here somewhere. Here it is. The water doesn't line up, which is slightly annoying. It doesn't line up with the little fish mouths. As you can see, because it's lined up here. Probably go down just a hair. There we go. Looking good. Yeah, the fish mouths not lining up. Do I have to scale this up, maybe? That kind of makes it worse, hey? Well, this has got to be an exact... So that one lines up. Does this one line up now? Oh, it kind of does. Okay. Not perfectly, but it does. If I scale that this way, and then... Yeah, maybe the scale did matter. Just got to find the right one, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's not those two. Yeah, I think this is probably the closest one. Yeah. The finesse will be there eventually. So anyways, there's the fountain. Everything looks great. Except this I'll make actual materials, and then we'll head over to Tarkov there. The new episode's coming out. So it's the Tarkov series, get rid of that. Or, sorry, not Tarkov series, the folder I was in. Materials is what I want. Okay, materials, textures, series, custom, not custom builds, Dreamscape Castle, materials, stones? No. Buildings. Buildings, castle wall. Let's make this kind of pristine-y. Let's do... Did that work? Material instance, drag. There we go, yeah. You're funny. I'm talking about these guys. Why won't you be drug on there? Okay, where's the material element right there? It just won't listen to me. There we go. That trim I don't like up there, so let's do trim 2. Let's see what that looks like. I don't like that either. So, castle slabs, maybe? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we'll keep doing the trim for these because it actually does look good. It actually probably doesn't look good underwater, to be honest. We'll see what it looks like. And then, you know, you can add extra shit by adding algae and stuff and leaves and all this other stuff on there, right? So, not that one, this one. What does it look like underwater? It doesn't look terrible. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. Looks good. Cool. So there you go. We built little platform thing with railings and spent an hour on the staircase because it was being an asshole. But yeah, so that's one little bit there. So we can, yeah, like I said, I need a bit of a break from blueprints at this point because I've just been in blueprints nonstop for months and I'm just super burnt out of it. So, but anyways. Hope you guys had a good stream. I will end it there, and I'll send you guys over to the new Tarkov that's just come out, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Let me know if you guys want to see more streams like this where I'm doing stuff in my own game, and otherwise, yeah, you guys keep learning until you game over. Peace.